Thomas Merton, my favorite Catholic monk, says, "Every moment and every event in every man's life plants something in his soul." And through my Catholic upbringing, the seeds of service and gardening were planted early on. My grandparents grew up in the Great Depression, and gardening and growing their own food was a necessity. All our extended family lived in the same rural Missouri town, and they all had to share and help each other with the harvest. And my mom grew up with this, and it was passed on to my sisters and me too. We had a half-acre garden in the backyard, strawberry patch, apple trees, cherry trees, which were my favorite. My mom would be out there gardening, planting, weeding, or harvesting, and I'd be out there too, either playing with dump trucks or picking strawberries. And we'd take our corn up to our grandma and grandpa's front porch, and all of us would sit around, shuck it together, getting it ready to freeze and can. And my sisters and I would throw green beans at each other, and it would stick to our clothes. When I was 10, we moved to the suburbs of Charlotte, North Carolina. I felt uprooted, and it was tough because there was a lot going on at that time. And we didn't have a garden. We barely had a yard. But we did keep some of our frozen corn. But I remember the first night that we ran out. It made me so mad that I had to eat this canned corn crap. I missed home, and it made me miss the way things were. The corn was a representation of what I lost being disconnected from my family, and a sense of love and belonging. Once you taste the truth of how food should taste, there's no going back. I realize not everybody eats like this though, fresh straight from the garden food with their family, because we've distorted our relationship with food. Now we have mental and physical health problems related with our food. We have food injustice. It all comes down to our interactions with food as children. I really feel the seeds planted in Missouri and North Carolina were laying dormant until the right conditions allowed them to sprout. It wasn't until I was an AmeriCorps service member at Delta State, when I worked on projects with farmers markets and mothers and children with the WIC Farmers Market Voucher Program, that I was like, wow, this path really lights a fire in my heart. So the idea is, I want every kid that we touch to have a similar experience. I want every kid to realize that whether or not you've had it with your family, you've had it with us in our school gardens, that maybe this seed that lays dormant within them at some point sprouts. They access a connection outside that is also within them. I can take a seed and put it in the ground and become a co-participant in creation. Some people might go a whole lifetime without touching the seed, planting the seed, or feeling the weight and the reward of growing it from seed to harvest. It's a matter of having equitable control over your food, being a part of it. Most of these connections of how food builds more just communities and culture are taken for granted, not well funded. But if the way we eat were a more serious part of education, we may not have the food disparities we have now. And if we could, we'd turn every AmeriCorps position into a full-time job. Service is a necessity. We have to repair our personal disconnections with the natural world, to invite in or to raise up people from the community to have experiences of a more equitable food system that serves us all. And I know that specifically in the role I'm in now at Delta Health Alliance and Delta Eats, partnering with AmeriCorps Food Corps, this is the fruit that I hope to bear and share through the seeds planted in me. We are keeping something alive that's getting lost, intergenerationally lost. God didn't plant us in a garden for no reason. It's a place to be, a place to grow, a place to heal. It's a place to be connected to everything and everyone.